It is currently so cold here in South Florida that iguanas like this one are falling out of the trees. So today, we're making iguana tacos. Green iguanas are an invasive species here in South Florida that compete with our native wildlife for resources. But because they're not from here, they aren't adapted to the cold. So when we get these cold fronts, they become too cold and they fall straight out of the trees. Whenever we have these cold fronts and they start falling down, a lot of people will go out and collect them to help control the number in the population. But they do have the nickname chicken of the trees because they're absolutely delicious. So rather than let this one go to waste, we're gonna make tacos. This next part I'm not gonna show because I don't want the video to get taken down, but we have to humanely dispatch and clean this guy. It's a good thing I managed to remove this one when I did, because inside I found over 20 eggs. So by removing this one iguana, we've actually saved the environment from over 20 iguanas come spring. And you guys know that I like to waste as little as possible. So in addition to making the tacos, I'm also gonna try to preserve the skin, and any leftovers are used as crab trap bait, so zero waste. First things first, I filled the pot with water and added onion, garlic, a bay leaf, and some salt, and we're gonna bring this to a simmer. Once it was at a low simmer, I added in the iguana meat, and we're gonna let this cook on low heat for the next 30 minutes. By par-cooking the iguana like this, you give it flavor and tenderize it. After 30 minutes, I removed the iguana meat, set it to the side so that it could cool down, and then added the iguana eggs to the hot water to soft boil. Then I added the soft-boiled iguana eggs with some avocado, some garlic cloves, a little olive oil, salt, and lime juice, and gave it a good mix. Once it was done, I topped it with black pepper and lime, and we have our sauce. Next, I removed all the iguana meat from the bone, added in my favorite seasonings, and tossed it into the frying pan so that it could get nice and crispy. I like to let the edges crisp up until they look something like this. In the leftover oil, I crisped up some tortillas. Then I added in the iguana meat, topped it with some pickled red onions, jalapeno, and cilantro, and then drizzled on our sauce. And there we have it, iguana tacos. They look good and they smell good, but now it's time to see how they taste. I'm just gonna add a little squeeze of lime to this one, give it a nice little dip into the sauce, and bon appetit. Now that right there is a Florida man taco. If you can't beat them, eat them. Let me know if you'd give iguana tacos a try, and until next time, get outside and see what you can find.